It was a lot of solitude. There were very, it was,
You wonder about the loneliness. I think any reader is going to wonder and think about the loneliness. You don't talk about it a lot, but you do
yeah,
some.
well,
It's
24 years old and out by yourself, it's not a time in your life that you fantasize about being alone.
right,
So,
right.
but it was, I mean, that was another thing. I would have loved to have taken um, somebody with me, but it's time to go, and everybody's too busy and has other priorities and other things they think is important. And I knew
Right.
this is what I wanted to do, and
Yeah.
I just said, okay. Um, the people I want to meet are out doing the things I love to do, and there it was.
How do you have the detail? I mean, is it just all here? Did you make notes? Did you have a journal?
I took little snippets of journaling. I took a lot of pictures, but you have to remember, I lived with these people. They were my family. They were my community. They were my neighbors, and we went through really outrageous. I mean, thankfully, beautiful experiences together. I think that when soldiers are in a foxhole together, they bond and they become family, they become brothers in a special way. Now, we didn't have horrifying experiences, we had transcendently beautiful experiences, but they were still the kind of experiences that, on some level, made it where the only people who could ever understand were the people who shared those
Yeah.
experiences. And once you have that kind of unique experience, you remember those people, you bond with those people, you carry them with you. And I guess way back when I first landed in this anchorage here, where we're floating right now, and I first came out here, it didn't take me long to realize that I was living in a land of storybook characters. And so I knew 20 years ago or more that I would write about this someday. And so
Okay.
I took mental notes on some level, but I guess I just thought of everybody as a storybook character. And there
Right.
were, like every good story, there were wicked witches and there
Yeah.
were wizards and there were all of these mythic characters. On some level, I perceived them as such
Yeah.
way back then, and just carried them in my head that way.
You must have, because the images, like I said, the people images, and definitely the places as well. It's just uh, it's just great. It connects. I mean, I think it will connect with anyone who loves beautiful writing and the thoughts of cool places, But obviously, especially for us, who I mean, we really are in a different way, but we live so much of the life you described there. We understand so much of what you're talking about. Um, I mean, almost all of it.
Well, you get in that clear water. I guess you get in these places, and we've all seen postcards with palm trees and white beaches. And yet, even if you can go on a cruise ship and go to one of those places, and it'll hit you here, but it's different to be there and be part of it instead of visit it. And I guess what I wanted to do is I wanted to avoid adjectives like beautiful,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just I didn't want to just lay it out in a two-dimensional way. I wrote the book in
yeah,
present tense because I
yeah.
wanted to take someone who might never have gone sailing or might never have slept under the stars. The book is not to encourage anybody to go sailing. The book's to encourage people, I think, to step off the sidewalk and find their anchorage and their ocean and whatever it is. I'm not here to preach, but there is an experience that you have, a way of engaging with the world that's different when you get off the street and you
Yes.
get off the grid and you just go out and say, "Wow, this is my world. This is my planet. This is mine." There are no territories or boundaries or anything that means anything. I mean, rich or poor, there's no categories. There's me and the world, and it,
What you learn that doesn't matter, and the
right.
way you connect to everything that does. You had no clue that that was that way. No, that's you. That's what you are giving the reader.
Well,
It's cool.
yeah, it's an honor to hear that because I wanted that book. If I had one adjective, I'd say I wanted the book to be experiential,
Yeah.
and some of it's scary as hell. And you have to. I mean, I didn't want to paint a romantic picture of it.